Global News recently reported there are at least 13 Canadians, 3 alleged terrorists, their wives and children, currently detained by Kurdish authorities in Syria. And this is confronting Canadian policymakers with a new challenge: what to do about Canadian jihadis returning home or being detained abroad. It's difficult for Canada to intervene if crimes have been committed. However, if Canadians are mistreated, the government is open to lawsuit. As we've seen in the Omar Khadr case and others, the Macdonald-Laurier Institute has released a new commentary on how to approach this problem. This is one of the topics that Danielle Smith will be tackling on her show this morning. And Danielle joins us now to tee that up. Danielle, it is a difficult conversation. It seems like it's an obvious answer, but it doesn't shake out that way.
Well, and I wonder, it's almost like the government was completely flat-footed and unprepared for this. And maybe there's reason for that, because when have we ever had this situation where you've got Canadian citizens who go abroad to fight for a foreign enemy, and then that foreign enemy loses, and they've been married, they've got children, and then they want to come back home? I can't really think of very many times that we've had that happen in our history. It's almost as if they thought, well, if they leave, they're never coming back. Maybe thought they'd get killed, or if they leave, they're never coming back because they're going to adopt their new home country. Well, now we're left with a situation where all they've admitted to, and again, this was 2 years ago, is that 60 ISIS fighters had returned home. Now, if that was in 2016, here we are 2018, it's got to be much more than that. And you've got Justin Trudeau, I think, with a wholly unsatisfactory answer, which is saying, oh, well, now there'll be a force for de-radicalizing youth because it didn't work out for them. I think that is hopeful thinking in the extreme. So Scott Newark proposes, I think, a much better solution, because we've already been bitten by allowing foreign governments to do this work on our behalf, because if somebody is arrested and detained, like Omar Khadr, and also abused, then we get on the hook for compensation for being complicit in that. He suggests what we should do is work with foreign governments to go through the process of prosecution at the local level, coming up with plea deals, getting them incarcerated, and then transferring them back to Canada to serve out the rest of their time. I think that that is a much wiser approach, because then you'll be able to do, on a case-by-case basis, an assessment of whether somebody really is a person who can be that force of good that Justin Trudeau hopes they all will be, helping with de-radicalization, or whether they're just as hardened in their views and pose a danger to the Canadian public. So I'm going to talk with Scott Newark today about what he proposes.
All right, 9:30 this morning, your show starts. Danielle, thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure.